to the study that it's more easier for us to Filipino to pronounce the word because our vowels is almost or exactly the same with Japanese. Okay, same with our vowels, although it has a different position. And we have they have their consonant sounds. Okay, but there's no such a single consonant. They always follow with another. It follows with another vowel. So almost all Japanese syllables are made up of one of these consonant and one of these are vowels. But the five vowels also appear individually. So let me show it to you the consonant that pair with the vowels. Okay. So if we're going to look here, we have our a and follows with our kakiku keko. Okay. So there's no such a single k in Japanese. It always followed with another with another vowel and another consonant here. Okay. So let's take a look with this video. Okay.
In this series, you'll master Japanese pronunciation. Proper pronunciation is essential for being understood, and in this series, you'll learn it in a fast, accessible, and comprehensive way. In this lesson, you'll learn 2 keys to mastering Japanese pronunciation. First, Japanese pronunciation is comparatively easy. Japanese has only 5 vowel and 14 consonant sounds. Almost all Japanese syllables are made up of one of these consonants and one of these vowels. But the 5 vowels also appear individually. Take a look at the chart. Each character, or kana, represents 1 syllable. The characters in the right column represent a vowel sound only. In the top row of this chart, the characters represent consonant sounds. By combining these, you can form most Japanese syllables. For example, look at the consonant K row. Consonant K sound plus the vowel a becomes ka. Consonant K sound plus the vowel I becomes ki. Consonant K sound plus the vowel u becomes ku. The consonant M row follows the same pattern. Consonant M sound plus the vowel e becomes me. Consonant M sound plus the vowel o becomes mo. Again, each syllable on the kana chart is a combination of a consonant and a vowel. The main exceptions are the 5 vowel group and the special sound. Let's hear how some Japanese words are pronounced. The first example is a common Japanese surname, Tanaka. Ta-na-ka. It's made up of 3 syllables, ta-na-ka. Each syllable consists of 1 consonant and 1 vowel. Another common surname in Japanese is Nakata. Na-ka-ta. The pronunciation of these 3 kana are the same as in Tanaka, just the order has changed. With a few notable exceptions, you can properly pronounce Japanese simply by reading hiragana or katakana, the 2 Japanese alphabets. Remember this tip, and it will help you throughout your studies. Now, the second key point is, each syllable in Japanese is pronounced for the same length of time with equal stress. For example, when you say America in English, you put stress on m and say it for longer than the other parts, America. The word America in Japanese has 4 syllables, and you say each syllable for the same length of time. America. Pronounce it like this to sound like a native Japanese speaker. Another example. How do you say this word in English? You would say karaoke, but in Japanese, you say karaoke. Remember that each syllable in Japanese is pronounced for the same length of time and gets equal stress. Now to close the lesson, here's the question for you. Why should you, including advanced speakers, spend time on learning proper pronunciation? The answer.
Okay, so this reason we need to learn or about to pronounce the word correctly. So, for example, especially for us Filipino, if we say iro and we have ero, right? That will be a different one because iro, it means color, while ero, it means sex, okay? So we don't want to say that, for example, you want to, what is your favorite color? And you said, eto skina ero wa nan desu ka? So it's a bad meaning already, no? So we need to be careful about the pronunciation.
You'll learn the top 5 Japanese pronunciation mistakes to avoid. Number 1. Shortening long vowels. Saying Japanese long vowels correctly is an issue of timing. You can use claps to measure time from syllable to syllable. For example, the Japanese word for grandmother exemplifies the long vowel in Japanese. Listen closely for it. Oba-san. The a in ba is held for 2 claps. Oba-san. Japanese learners often shorten the long vowel in ba and say oba-san, meaning aunt, not grandmother. In this case, not only is the pronunciation incorrect, but by shortening the vowel, you change the meaning of the word. Hear the difference again. Oba-san, grandmother. Oba-san, oba-san. Oba-san, aunt. Oba-san, oba-san. This is an important but not critical topic for early learners. You'll learn more in Lesson 8. Number 2. Pronouncing loan words with an English accent. Do you know this Japanese word in English? Computer. It means computer. What about hamburger? It's hamburger. These words were imported into Japanese. So while their pronunciation is close to the original English word, you need to learn how to pronounce them correctly in Japanese, or you won't be understood. You don't say hamburger kudasai, hamburger please. Instead, you say hamburger kudasai. Again, hamburger kudasai. Number 3. Overstressing syllables when speaking Japanese. How do you say this sentence? I like sushi. Pay attention to the stresses. If you read the Japanese sentence, stressing syllables as you would in
Okay, let's try to read this one. Eto Napoleon-san, yonde kudasai.
Hi, Sensei.
Let's read on the screen.
私は好きが好きですか？
Okay, let's try.
私は
Okay,
寿司が好きですか？
sushi ga.
寿司が好きですか？
Okay, suki. But this one, this is actually, it will become, there will be a silent U sound. So let's see how to make the silent U sound. The native speaker will not say suki, but ski. Ski. There will be a voice of you. Ski.
好きですか？
So skina, we don't say sukina. Like earlier, Blanc-san, no, skina, not sukina iro, but instead skina. Silent U, no? Silent U. So let's see, let's continue the video.
In English, it would sound like this. 私は寿司が好きです, meaning I like sushi. Speaking in this way sounds very unnatural in Japanese. Remember, Japanese doesn't have stress. Let's read the sentence again without stress. 私は寿司が好きです. Did you notice the difference? In this series, you have many chances to repeat examples after me. Please listen carefully and pronounce Japanese words without stress. Number 4.
Have you noticed how she pronounced ski? It's not suki, ski. That's one more.
Please listen carefully and pronounce Japanese words without stress. Number 4. You have many without stress. 私は寿司が好きです. Did you notice the difference?
She said ski, no? Not suki.
Number 4. Pronouncing the R sounds incorrectly. Try to read this Japanese word out loud. kirei, beautiful. Kirei, kirei. Did you pronounce de correctly? English native speakers often pronounce it like the R sound in English and say kirei. You should lightly tap the roof of your mouth with the tongue, but don't roll it. It's closer to an L in English. Listen carefully. La, di, du, de, do. We'll tackle this in lesson 5. Number 5, removing.
So especially the R, no? So it's not rolling R like the Russian, like kere, not kere, not kere, not kere, but kere. Okay, it's like a dip or like a combination of L and R sound.
A necessary pause. Remember the issue with Japanese long vowels? It's a timing issue. So you should use claps to measure time. To achieve the necessary pause in Japanese, the speaker pauses for one clap in between the syllables. This is best illustrated with an example. How about these words? Kitte, stamp.
Okay, so like in this example, you will see here a small one. This is what we call chisaitsu. Okay, chisaitsu. Chisaitsu or small two. So once we have that character, it means you will not pronounce it as two, but instead it will produce a double consonant. So let's see, what does it mean? Okay.
Kitte, kitte. Did you notice that there is a pause in the middle? The pause needs to take one.
So it produces now kitte, okay? So every time there's a small character like that, it changes the pronunciation. So for example, let's have this one. Let's try to read this one. Eto, let's have Adam San. Yun there.
Yonde. Hi. Itekimasu.
Okay, but there will be a pause here because it's a small. So it will produce what sound?
Itekimasu.
Itekimasu. Itekimasu. Okay, because there will be a one sound here.
Itekimasu.
Itekimasu, it means I will go now. So it's an aisatsu, you know? It's one, I will go now. Okay. Then your mom says to you, okay. Okay. This one, how to read this one? Let's have Jerome-san.
Itterashai.
Very good. Itterashai. Ingat or be back. Okay, see if we're using that one. Okay, how about let's have this one. Okay, so let's have Napoleon-san.
Kakoi.
Kako.
Kako.
Kakoi. Okay.
Kakoi.
Kakoi. Kakoi, it means cool or astig, no? Kakoi. Okay. So we don't say kako because when we say kako, it means past tense, no? Past tense, past. Kako means past. So we need to be careful on that one. Okay. How about let's have this word. Okay. Okay, let's have Joy-san. How to read this one? Joy-san, imasu ka? Okay, I'll get back to Joy. Let's have Emma. Emma, let's try to read this one.
Kisaten.
Okay, remember there's a pause.
Kisaten.
Kisaten, okay. Kisaten, okay. Because there's a double S right here. Kisaten. Moichido?
Kisaten.
Kisaten. One more.
Kisaten.
Okay, very good. Kisaten. Okay. So there's a pause of 1 second. Kisaten, it means coffee shop. Okay. Coffee shop. Okay. Wakarimasu ka, Emma-san?
Wakarimasu sensei.
Hi. One more. Hi, wakarimasu.
Hai, wakarimasu sensei.
So let's continue.
Clap. Hitte. Let's hear another word. Kakko. Parenthesis. Kakko. Kakko. Again, the pause need to take one clap. Kakko. But Japanese learners often omit the pause. In both of these cases, not only is the pronunciation incorrect, but the meaning of the words changes. Kite without the pause means please come, and kakko without the pause means past. You'll learn more about this sound in lesson 9. Here's a bonus one. It's ignoring pitch accent. Japanese has many words with the same spelling but different meanings. But there's a way to differentiate these words.
Okay, so let's go back on that one.
Ignoring pitch accent. Japanese has many words with the same spelling.
Okay, they have the same spelling here. So for example, chopsticks, okay, so we have our hashi, okay, hashi. But they have different kanji as well. So for example, the chopstick, okay, the kanji is this one, hashi, okay, hashi, this one, okay. Let me double just check it. Okay, that's right. That is for the chopstick. Then for the bridge is this one. This is for the bridge. Okay, they have different kanji. Okay, but they have same spelling but different pitch. Okay, so we will go on that one. Then for our ame, okay, for the candy, okay, hard. Candy, okay, this one. This is for the candy. Then for the ring is we have this kanji. Okay, so it's different, but they have same spelling, but they have different pitch. So let's take a look on that one.
But different meanings. But there's a way to differentiate these words. Pitch accent, the intonation used when pronouncing the word. For example, if you say hashi, it means chopsticks. But if you say hashi, it means bridge.
So they are producing meaning, no? So if going down, hashi, okay, it will become chopstick. But if the intonation is going up, okay, hashi, okay, it will become bridge. Okay.
Let's hear the difference again. Hashi, chopsticks. Hashi, bridge. In Japanese, each syllable is basically pronounced with a high or low pitch. And each Japanese word has its own pitch accent pattern. This is important to understand. We will teach you the secrets of Japanese pitch accent in lesson 10. You're on the path to perfect Japanese pronunciation. In the next lesson, you'll master the 5 Japanese.
Okay. So do we have question regarding with the pitch accent before we continue?